I want to share with you today that I left work early, took another extra day off for the holiday so I can do what I got to do for the next whatever's. Long story short is I want to share with you that something I have not spoken so much about that I want to share with you is that, like, whatever you're going through, like, like my ex fiance found me on Hiree. I was a target. She was still in a relationship with her ex, and they have a partnership that goes back a while, and then some. Either way, I was found on Hiree because I have insurance companies have been trying to offer me business to work for them for at least, I don't know, 20 years, 20 years, solid 20 years. And I've always said to them, like, yeah, I could bring in me and I could build an empire, but what's in it for me? Because I'm making you rich. Either way. So my ex fiance found me on Hiree, and she's from Detroit, Michigan. And not that it matters. I just want to, like, I have the honor and privilege because I did what I did within all this and I lived through it. She's a narcissist, and she is like a swinger. She's like, every day, everything out of her mouth was a lie. And I was hopeless in love. And, back in my day, I was a player. I dated, but when I was single. And I made sure every woman that I was with knew that I'm single, like I'm not devoted to you individually into a unity. This one, she's worse than a guy I ever met being a player. Yeah, so she was trying to recruit me, and at the time I was selling health insurance as an independent contractor. And I negotiated, like, yo, if you want me to come aboard with your company, which is a big company that I had to leave because she was the piece of shit, and the company didn't want to back me for nothing to stay aboard, so I had to leave it last December and cut my loss out of the team that I built. And either way, when you come into play, this is how I came into play out of this woman who found me on Hiree, being a VP and insurance. I had to gain my own life insurance policy. And I've always left my life insurance policy to a certain somebody. And either way, like, new beginnings, and we were engaged fairly quickly. And following the death of my best friend, either way, I own everything I say. Anyways, so I had to get a life insurance policy to sell a life insurance policy, and so I did, and I gave it to her in her name, and I was only with her for I lived with her for 5 months, and we were together maybe 6.5 months. Either way, there's so many things that it was pre-planned. It was like I was preyed upon more than I could ever expect, and I know a lot of things about people. I met millions of people. I've done a lot of things in my life to where I could figure out your next move before you even know. And either way, I ran with it because I was in love, and I was engaged, and everything. Yeah, before you know it, um, the last 2 months of me, actually, no, like, out of the 5 months, the last 2.5 to 3 months, I was in a lot of pain in my wrists, in my knee. I was being drugged. I was being drugged. I don't know what the drug was. As soon as I left there last November, couldn't wait to be out, and all the pain stopped. Either way, the life insurance policy was left in my ex-fiance's name, which I had to get a life insurance policy to sell life insurance according to her. And I just want this to be out there in this video vocally from me, because I haven't spoken up about, like, that's just a little bit of what I had to go through with this narcissist in insurance. Doesn't make every or any insurance agent a bad person. It's just like, I mean, for 20 years, I mean, every insurance broker tried to sell me on their bullshit, and she got me, and it wasn't even romantic in the beginning, but immediately it did get romantic. So either way, I'll write a book about it. Trust me, I already got the name of the book. Anyways, so this my ex-fiance, she after I ended the life insurance policy, she took out another policy on me, and I'm not supposed to know this. And I've reached out to certain people to find out where this policy is so I could prove it in a court of law that she was poisoning me. And so either way, nobody's come forward. Nobody in insurance wants to be that person. And so anyways, since I moved away and we departed each other, she went to Florida, that I helped pay towards. I paid towards everything. And there's so much shit, like so low down, gritty shit about, I was set up from the beginning. And there's even more demonic shit within my ex that, like, she was going to pass on as if I was the patsy. So I get out at the right time. The thing that bothers me, though, is that, like, I've always held myself in a high regard, and I always lived in my truth. And I still feel victim to this woman who was, like, targeting me on Hyrie since the beginning with her ex. And she was banging everybody like it's a coven. And it's like, even the Masons out of Detroit, I call you out. And I call you out because I lived within, amongst your bullshit. Not your bullshit like I was buying it. It was me who represents Boston, Rhode Island, New York. And I was there in Detroit. And, like, I had the woman I was laying down with fucking me over. And then some. So I went hermit for the last year. And either way, there's a life insurance policy still out on me, taken out on me from somebody else, my ex. And my life has been on the line, and they've been trying to take me out any way they can to pay back their debt to whatever's. And I just wanted to finally be out there, because I know what I do and how I do it. And yeah, I got sold on love. I was preyed upon, and I'm a victim. But at the same time, it's like I rose to the occasion. I got out of it. And so I'm just making it known now. Get out of victim mentality. Learn from it. Grow from it. Be the best. And don't be a victim again. Solo. Peace, love, and light.